I'm Nadine Gordimer, and I've been stuck inside the story I wrote for almost a week now. This was a story that I wrote during the time I experienced apartheid. I was scared that someone might have broken into our house at that time. Currently, I'm in the body of one of the characters, the mother. I now observe this story through living her life with the family. I can tell anyone from this word that I know their futures and I can change the event of this story. I've tried, but for some reason, the story repeats itself from the beginning whenever I do so. I'm sure of one thing, is that I must have realized something during my stay here to be free. It's the only explanation I could think of as to why this story keeps repeating. I must find out the true meaning of this story.
I was afraid of something in the beginning, but during my stay here, I had a lot of happiness. The people in this world are similar to mine. They took place the same social disparities that I encountered. The family appears to be living a happy life, but they are constantly afraid for their safety from those in the suburbs who may attack them, which is why they keep putting so much effort into their security systems. However, these efforts were misdirected because the problem cannot be solved by becoming a self-prisoner, and instead of protecting themselves, they harm themselves. The non-white residents in this story were not permitted to enter the suburbs where the family lives, except for reliable housemates and gardeners. Just like in my past life, there were only limited opportunities for people of another color because of the discrimination, and there were also stories about how these people were trying to harm others. The family were afraid of these injuries, while imprisoning themselves to avoid them. But it is understandable, as there were already riots and burglaries happening in the suburbs that caused them worry and fear. As the author, I made extensive use of my experience from the apartheid era in South Africa. From the late 1940s to 1990s, the apartheid's racial segregation system was eliminated. I wrote this because racism was prevalent at the time. And this story depicts how black people are mistrusted, mistreated by others, and discriminated against them. And as a result of the racism and bigotry that occur in both my past as an author and in my present life as character in the story, people throw judgment at these people of another color without knowing the root cause of it, and make assumptions about them based on their skin color, appearance, social economic status, and so on. It showed a happy family living in a peaceful suburb, which was implied to be a place separate from the city's outskirts, where people of color are more privileged. This shows the connection between this story and my reality when I wrote it. Just as we confronted with the realities of racism and discrimination in our own world. In Once Upon a Time, the family's fear and extreme security measures represent apartheid and racial segregation in South Africa. In the same way that the family in this story isolate themselves from the isolated, we isolate ourselves from those we fear or mistrust. It's tragic example how fear can divide people. After all, it's crucial to recognize that the fear is frequently the result of prejudice and lack of understanding and sometimes overthinking. As I confront the consequences of discrimination and the need for change in both of our roles, I realize that whether as a mother attempting to protect her family or as an author attempting to expose social issues, we all just want to live in a better world. One in which people do not have to live in fear or construct barriers to protect themselves. It's just unfortunate that our efforts to improve things can sometimes have unintended consequences. It might be difficult to change the views of people by myself, but I hope to raise awareness and encourage people to take action on these important issues. Perhaps, in our own ways, we can inspire change in our society toward a future in which fear and discrimination are replaced by acceptance and unity.
Now that I had found out the true meaning of this story, the story had finally moved toward its ends. And yesterday night, I have done what I always do, which is reading my son to sleep. I had read him a fairy story, The Sleeping Beauty, to sleep last night. But I wonder where he went. Have you seen him?
It's alright, ma'am. Take a deep breath. Bad dream?
Nothing, Doc. It's just something I should have realized sooner. Once upon a time,